Today I'd like to show you an example of the Q-Demon XL with the included spinning station uh, on first movement. Now, I have not put the spinning station on yet, and I have not secured the fourth axis yet, but I do have everything else wired up. I have the controller configured and ready to go, and the spindle should be hooked up and ready. This is the first test to show movement, spindle operation, and the fourth axis movement. So the first thing we do is we turn the power on, give it a chance to cycle through, and I already have my hotkeys set up with the laptop. Now I do not use a laptop on this, I use a desktop, but for setting up the machine I use my laptop. And then you log into your Mach 3 and click your reset button, and you should have, since I've set the hotkeys up, you can see the y-axis nice and quiet. Bring it back, and then on your x-axis over here, then again I'll bring it back. And this is more of a proof of life for a customer, Chris Beers. And then the fourth axis here, and then we have the spindle. On your spindle you have a VFD, which is a variable frequency drive, and you set up all this variable frequency drive does is control that spindle. That's the only purpose it serves. So we hit run. Actually, let's set it to, with a potentiometer, this is in manual mode, set it to 2400, and then hit run. And you can, I don't know if you can hear it or not, but you can see it winding up. These water-cooled spindles are super quiet. And now that's at 2400 RPM, and you can change that with the potentiometer for whatever RPM that you need for the job that you're doing. I have it set to 1088 right now, and then you can turn it all the way down and it'll turn it off. But you actually have to click the stop button to turn it off. Now you got your emergency switch in case something happens. You just smack the emergency switch and it shuts everything down. You're good to go. You have another button here. You have manual and PC. Now I just did the manual version. Later on, when you're using G-code, within your G-code you can change that to utilize the PC to control the spindle, and you just turn it to PC, and then the G-code will turn the spindle on. It'll turn the spindle off when you get done. That way you're not really babysitting it. Now you'll notice that this is a water-cooled spindle. I do have the water pump and everything off to the side. That will go into a 5-gallon bucket, and you'll have one hose connected to the pump, one hose going into the top of the bucket, but not into the liquid. And as far as the coolant, I use 3 gallons of straight water and 1 gallon of antifreeze. And that helps keep the liquid, keep the water from getting slimy like a fish tank would do, because you don't want slime and grime and stuff like that built up inside that spindle. But that's about it. The overall size of this machine is 26. That's from this side to the end of that stepper motor. It's 26 by 45. And of course, this isn't going to be on top of the bed. It's going to be over on the other side of the machine. And the actual working surface on it is 20 by 38. I'm sorry, 36. So there's plenty of room to do what you need to. You can have your fourth axis here. I'll have my spinning station on this side, and then on the far side you can have your area where you're cutting your inlays on your cue. But I hope that helped out. I hope it's informative. And Chris Beers, I will be shipping this one out just as soon as I can get everything finalized. And on the way, buddy. I appreciate it very much. Thanks.